Joshua's farewell address. Joshua became old. The Lord gave Israel security from their enemies around them. By that time Joshua was very old. So he called all the Israelites, the elders, leaders, judges, and officers of the people. Joshua addresses to the people. I am very old now. You have seen everything that the Lord your God has done to all these nations because of you. The Lord your God has been fighting for you. So be careful to obey and do everything that is written in the book of the law of Moses. Do not neglect any part of it, and then you will not associate with these peoples left among you, or speak the names of their gods, or use those names in taking vows, or worship those gods, or bow down to them. Instead, be faithful to the Lord as you have been till now. Joshua said to them, Now my time has come to die. Every one of you knows in his heart and soul that the Lord your God has given you all the good things that he promised. Every promise he made has been kept. Not one has failed. But just as he kept every promise that he made to you, so he will carry out every threat. If you do not keep the covenant which the Lord your God commanded you to keep, and if you serve and worship other gods, then in his anger he will punish you, and soon none of you will be left in this good land that he has given you. Joshua speaks to the people at Shechem. Joshua gathered all the tribes of Israelites together at Shechem. He called the elders, the leaders, the judges, and the officers of Israel, and they came into the presence of God. Joshua said to all the people that what the Lord God of Israel had done to his people, how he chose Abraham, and then Isaac, Jacob and Esau, Joseph, and then Moses and Aaron, and how he gave the land that he had promised to their ancestors. And then Joshua continued saying, Honor the Lord and serve him sincerely and faithfully. Then the people replied, We would never leave the Lord to serve other gods. The Lord our God brought our fathers and us out of slavery in Egypt, and we saw the miracles that he performed. He kept us safe wherever we went, so we will also serve the Lord. He is our God. Then Joshua said to them, If you leave him to serve the other gods, he will turn against you and punish you. Then the people said to Joshua, No, we will serve the Lord our God. We will obey his commands. Joshua made a covenant. So Joshua made a covenant for the people that day, and there at Shechem he gave them laws and rules to follow. Joshua wrote these commands in the book of the law of God. Joshua set up a stone. Then Joshua took a large stone and set it up under the oak tree in the Lord's sanctuary. He said to all the people, This stone will be our witness. It will be a witness against you, to keep you from rebelling against your God. Then Joshua sent the people away, and everyone returned to his own part of the land. Joshua dies. After that, the Lord's servant Joshua, son of Nun, died at the age of 110. They buried him on his own land at Timnah Serah in the hill country of Ephraim, north of Mount Gaush. ELEAZAR dies. ELEAZAR, son of Aaron, died and was buried at Gibeah, the town in the hill country of Ephraim, which had been given to his son Phinehas. The body of Joseph, which the people of Israel had brought from Egypt, was buried at Shechem, in the piece of land that Jacob had bought from the sons of Hamor, the father of Shechem, for 100 pieces of silver. This land was inherited by Joseph's descendants. Israelites. As long as Joshua lived, the people of Israel served the Lord, and after his death they continued to do so as long as those leaders were alive who had seen for themselves everything that the Lord had done for Israel.